Hello, gorgeous Facebook community. How are you doing today? I want to come in to talk about such an interesting conversation, which is around the 5 love languages. I wonder if you've heard of that before. It is based off of a book by Dr. Gary Chapman, and in it, he talks about this idea that we tend to give and receive love in very different ways. So I've got a question for you. Have you ever been in a relationship where you really feel like you're giving as much as you can to the relationship, but it just doesn't seem that the person you're with is receiving your love? It's like no matter how much you give, they're still coming back and saying, I'm just not feeling it. There's something that I'm missing here. Or maybe you are the person who is kind of left feeling unloved, unseen, unwanted, and your partner is saying to you, listen, I'm giving you as much as I can give you. Why are you not feeling loved? Now, it may be in those cases, at least in part, it may be to do with the fact that you and your partner or your ex-partner, whoever this is, or someone in your family, that you speak very different love languages, that you have different ways of showing and feeling that you're loved. And so I want us to break this down today, and I have a little challenge for you at the end. And even if you're single, this is for everyone in the community. I have a challenge for you, so stick around until the end of the video because I can't wait to hear what you have to say. So we're going to start by running through some of the basic love languages, and I want you to feel into which of these really resonates with me. You're probably going to find that a couple of them resonate more and a couple of them resonate not as much. And maybe your love language has even changed over time or even in the space of one relationship. So very interesting. I want you to feel into yourself as we go through these. Now, the first love language that we're going to talk about today is words of affirmation. So if you're a words of affirmation kind of person, what that usually means is that the words that your partner chooses, or that your ex-partner chose, or your future partner will choose, the words that they choose tend to have a really deep impact on the way that you feel. So if your partner lists out or writes out all of the ways that they love you, all of the things that they like about you and that they care about you, if they wrote you a love letter, that would be so validating for you because their words help you feel the love that they have for you. But it might not even be something as romantic as a love letter. It could simply be them saying, I love you. I care about you. Here's what I love about you. Here's what I appreciate about you. This is what I admire about you. So if you're someone who really, who has the words of affirmation as your love language, you are going to be deeply impacted by the choice of words that your partner uses. I want to contrast this for a second with acts of service because I find that these two are very different in their quality. Acts of service, if you're an acts of service kind of person, you're more likely to resonate with the idea that actually actions speak louder than words. And I feel most loved when you do things that demonstrate that you have thought about me. So in other words, if you wake up early and you make me breakfast, then I know you've thought about me and you've done something that makes my life a little bit easier, a little bit sweeter. If you know that I'm really busy on a Wednesday and you decide to pick up the kids for me, or you decide to do the laundry or something, that shows me that you are willing to put yourself out on occasion for me. And that makes me really feel considered and really feel loved. So it's a very different kind of different kind of love language, right? Words of affirmation and acts of service. The third kind of love language that I want us to talk about is receiving gifts. So this is quite an interesting one, isn't it? For centuries, we've exchanged gifts as a kind of ritual for showing our love. And someone who has this as a primary love language is really going to be sensitive to, do you remember my birthday? Do you remember our anniversary? Or did you think of me when you went on holiday and brought back this little gift to show that you were thinking of me, and you brought this back for me? It might also be not necessarily things that have been bought, but things that have been made and crafted with me in mind, just for the sake of this being a kind of treat that you have treated me with this gift, and that shows me that you think of me, that you care about me, and that you want me to receive something in my life. And it may be that the more personal the gift is, the more loved you feel. Now, I want to talk about the fourth love language, which is quality time. This is when we really feel like spending time together when we are not distracted by anything else. So this isn't about watching TV together or something like that. This is no distractions. We are connecting. We are, our sole focus, or our primary focus, is really on each other. We're connecting, we're talking, we're looking at each other, and we are making time for each other. So when you tell me that you want to spend time with me, that you want to have conversations with me, that you want to be in my energy, I feel so loved by you. I feel so wanted by you, because what could be more precious than your time and your attention? So that is maybe what you would be thinking if quality time is your primary love language. And then the final one is physical touch. Now, of course, there is a sensual element to this. I find that a lot of men are very connected with physical touch as a love language. And of course, we have lots of stereotypes, which I find to be very unhelpful in our society around that. And also the truth is that, yes, historically, perhaps this has been an avenue where men have felt this is the one area where I can give and receive freely, where I can express the depths of my intimacy freely. But also maybe it's that some people are more in touch with this than others, which is a beautiful thing. But of course, physical touch doesn't have to be sensual. It can be sensual, but it can also mean touching, holding hands, hugging, kissing, snuggling, being in each other's physical space, and really touching up against that physical boundary that you have together and becoming unified in that way. And when you touch me, when you want to be with me, when you desire me in that way, in a physical way, that is when I feel most loved and accepted and wanted by you. So I love these love languages. What I would love to challenge you to do as a little challenge today is to pop in the comments below which of these love languages is your primary love language, which is the one that really, if you could only choose one, which, you can have all of them, but if you could only choose one, which is the one that is going to really land with you as, this feels so loving. This feels so, so, so loving for me. And I'm so grateful to have this. I also want you to guess in the comments below, if you're in a relationship just now, I want you to guess what your partner's primary love language is. Okay? If you're single, I want you to guess what your ex-partner's love language is, or if that's not appropriate for you, then you can choose someone very close in your life. Now, I want to invite you all to say this, to pop your answer in the comments in a way that is totally free from criticism and blame. So I don't want to hear anything sarcastic or snarky about your ex-partner or even about your current partner. And the reason for that is this. Gorgeous, amazing heart warriors. In your current relationship or in your future relationship, blame and criticism are relationship killers, okay? So when you do them, when we engage in criticism and blame, we degrade ourselves because we degrade the quality of our relationship skills, okay? We don't want to have these tools in our toolbox. These are not things that we want for our intimate relationships. So if we want a relationship in the future or now that is really rewarding, we might as well stop using criticism and blaming because it is not going to get us where we want to go. So that's my challenge to you, to identify, number one, what is your love language? And number two, what is your partner's or your ex-partner's love language? Free from anything other than compassion and clarity. Pop it in the comments below. And if you're at a point in your love journey where you want to feel more fulfilled, because here's the thing, the reason we're talking about this today is we're talking about how can I feel more fulfilled here? How can we both feel more loved and fulfilled here, even though we're very different people? And if that's something that is speaking to you, if you are ready to make a shift and start feeling more loved, more fulfilled in your relationship or in a future relationship to attract that into your life, then I would love to invite you to my Love Hub program. We're going to start this month. It's a group program. It's going to be quite an intimate group, and we are going to go deep, 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 deep. And one section of the program is all about understanding ourselves, understanding our owner's manual. In other words, the ways that we feel loved, the things that we're sensitive around, and also understanding our partners or learning how we can understand our future partner's owner's manual as well. So we're going to touch on the love languages, but also we're going to go so much broader than that. It's going to be amazing. And truly, not to toot my own horn, but it really is life-changing to be able to awaken your relationship with yourself, to upgrade your partnership skills, and to be able to shift and transform your relationship with conflict. It is going to be such a juicy 90 days together. So if this is resonating with you and you want to get involved, you want to be a part of this, then leave an emoji below, or you can reach out by private message, and I would love to have a chat with you. So I'm sending so much love to you guys. I can't wait to read the comments soon, and I will see you back in the community really soon. Take care. Mwah!